oh my God, I'm so nervous, you guys. And I have like been doing one-woman shows for years. But as soon as I said to Michael, oh, I'll do something, I just went, oh. So bear with me. But I thought of something where I got a break. I didn't get my driver's license till I was in my late 30s. I'd always been on the passenger side. I always lived, when I lived in Halifax, I lived close to where I worked, everything, the grocery store, everything. When I lived in Toronto, I had the TTC, I biked, I didn't need a driver's license. So when I got to my late 30s, mid to late 30s, I said, oh, I really got to get my license. But here's the thing, when you've spent that, like over 3 decades, on the passenger side, it is terrifying to get in the driver's seat. I would often sit in the passenger side and be looking at the driver and thinking to myself, oh my God, how do they do that? How do they, on the highway, and you're going 120 kilometers an hour, like, oh my God, how did they do that? Are they not terrified? But they weren't. So I went and I went to Young Drivers of Canada. And I started to go on my lessons. And I was so afraid that I would stand outside my building, because the way it worked was, if the instructor showed up, I had to wait 20 minutes for the instructor to show up, traffic and whatnot in Toronto. And so I would stand out there and I would literally pray that there was a traffic jam somewhere and he wouldn't make it. But he always did. So I got my license. Took a while. I think I did like twice the lessons I needed because I was so nervous, but I got it. Then I only ever driven in Toronto, right, where there's always lights. Like, never had to worry about, driving in the dark, complete dark, because driving in the city and driving in the country, 2 different ball games. Moved to Nova Scotia in 2007. For the first time, I was going to be driving from where I moved to a little rural community to a bigger center, to Windsor, and I had to drive at night. And so I said to my then husband, so I said, do you want to explain to me this high beam, low beam business? And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I know you do something with the high beam. It's like, but how do you do that? He's like, you're kidding, right? I'm like, no. I'm like, I've only ever driven in Toronto. I've never used high beams. So he had to explain to me, you just press it out. I'm like, cool. And then he said, well, don't forget now, when someone's coming towards you, you got to turn them down. Great. So I go, it's like December, I drive to the job that I have, which is about 40 minutes away from where I live. And when I come back out, it's pitch black. They just finished this new stretch of highway. So not only is it's a dark night, it's a December, so it's cloudy, so dark. Then I have to drive, and there's no lights, just the lights of the car. So all I'm thinking is, how do I know the road is still there when I turn that corner? Like, how do I keep going, 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour and still know? So when I got home, I said to my husband, I said, well, how do I know? And he goes, I don't know what to tell you. You just got to have faith that the road's going to be there. It's like, okay. So I finally got used to that. So now I'm good to go. I moved back to, I moved to Hamilton in 2018. And when I moved here, I also got a new job in the film industry, in locations. I tell you it's in locations because we do a lot of driving. One day I had to get up and I had to go to Cambridge at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I get up, get the car, driving along, got onto the 403. Now, I didn't move over because I had my own lane when I got on, and I was getting off at the next exit. So I was like, well, I'll just stay here. And the person, the truck, the big truck that was in the other lane was only going like 85 or 90 kilometers an hour. I'm like, oh, my exit's right there. So I did what you're not supposed to do. I was attempting to pass him on the right. I mean, it was 3 lanes. There was lots of lanes. So I just figured he wasn't coming over. So as I go past him, and now I'm here, I'm in the front seat, obviously, I'm driving. And no, seriously, when I first got my license, I went to the Duffer Mall. I came out, got into the passenger side because I forgot that I was the driver. And then, because I thought someone might see me and go, oh my God, what an idiot, like they would know, I opened up the glove compartment and started ruffling through to say, oh yeah, here it is, I found it. So what I'm trying to say is we were parallel. So the front seat, my cab to the big truck, but the truck was up higher. And all of a sudden I feel this bump, like, oh my God, like, I wonder what that was. Like the car didn't move, but it felt like something happened with the vehicle. So my next thought was, I'm gonna have to go get that checked out. And as I'm having that thought, the back of the car is going towards the right, the front of the car is going towards the left. I'm now going across the highway, and as I go around, my side mirror comes in through the car, and my thought is, oh, so this is happening. So as it's happening, so now I'm going across the highway, right where the fast lane is. And so my next thought is, oh, this is how I die. Because you often wonder, like, how are you going to die? Well, I guess this is how I die. Now, when I had that thought, a voice, a thought, a message, I don't know what you want to call it, came into my head, and it said, no, this is not how you go out. And I thought, oh, okay, then I better turn the wheel of the car so that instead of hitting the guardrail front on, I would, like, do this, right? Just slide up alongside it. So that's what I did. All that happened in literally 3 to 4 seconds. I saw my death in front of me. Then I was like, no, you're not going to die. Well, I better do something with this car in case, I might be able to save the car at least. So I ended up, thankfully no cars were coming, and I ended up by the guardrail. The glass was all, because my side window broke, and it's all over me. And I pick up my phone, and I'm like, okay, so I decide to call my partner. And my friend had an accident a few weeks before that, and she was telling us, she called her husband, and the first thing she said was, I had an accident. He freaked out. I'm like, well, I won't do that, because I don't want to freak him out. So when he answered the phone, I'm like, oh, I said, now don't panic. And he goes, oh my God, you were in an accident. Are you okay? So, by the way, there's nothing you could say in that moment. So he's like, okay, where are you? I'm coming to get you. So then when I hung up from him, I called 911, explained what happened. And the lady said, are you okay? I'm like, there's no blood, no nothing. I think I'm fine. And so then she said, we're going to send you an ambulance. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm totally cool. I'm taking like long, deep breaths. I'm like, wow, like I'm really calm considering what just happened. And as soon as I hear the ambulance, I just lose it. So the ambulance person, paramedic, is on this side of the window. I managed to get the window down, and she goes, what's your name? Like, then I had to climb out over. I managed to get her name. She gets me out. Anyway, my partner comes to get me. We get the car taken to my mechanic. I take it to my mechanic, and he's like, yeah, this car's done. I'm like, yeah, I figured. But you know what I said? I really feel like my dad was on my shoulder the whole time, because my dad had passed away about 20 years prior to that. And he goes, really? Really mockingly, right? He goes, really? He goes, well, he didn't prevent the accident now, did he? I'm like, well, he's just my dead father. He's not fucking God. And that was the break I got that day, because I didn't die. Thank you.